On Tuesday, President Trump will address a joint session of Congress. We'll carry that address live on WHYY-TV at 9 p.m. It's a good reason to bring in Senator Tom Carper to talk about the administration and whatever else we can fit into 5.5 minutes. Hi, Senator.
Let's talk fast.
Okay, we have to talk fast. All right. Well, the president has only been in office for a little over a month.
It seems longer.
It does.
Yeah,
Can you give us a grade for him? Would you grade him?
I'd say incomplete. I'll be generous. Incomplete. And, there's not a lot you can do as a new president coming in the first month, and he's certainly stirred things up. And we've gotten more phone calls, emails, faxes, and so forth, text messages in my office 5 times more than we would in any other comparable period in the time that I've been in the U.S. Senate. I've never seen people being so involved and so talkative about the start of the new administration.
So this isn't the first time you've been in office under a Republican
George
president.
W. Bush,
yes.
8 years, he and I were governors together, and then Barack and I served together. Joe Biden, and we were good friends for many years.
What's different this time, having another Republican president?
Well, George W. Bush we were governors together for 6 years. A lot of the people that he nominated to serve on his cabinet: Christie Whitman, former governor of New Jersey;
yes.
Tommy Thompson, former governor of Wisconsin; Tom Ridge, Secretary of Homeland Security. I mean, we know these people.
Yeah.
And they had served in public office. They've been vetted, and this team, if you add up their wealth of this cabinet, I'm told that put all their net worth together, it's as much as 1/3 of the entire population of the country. And when that naturally invites a lot of potential conflicts of interest, we didn't have to worry about that stuff with George W. Bush's folks. They've been vetted; they're public officials for the most part, okay. And we know them; they were known quantity.
All right. Well, you just became the ranking Democrat on the Environment and Public Works Committee. Thoughts on Scott Pruitt's appointment?
When Donald Trump was candidate Trump last year, when he was President-elect Trump last year, when he was sworn into office as a new president last month, he said that one of the things he wanted to do was degrade and destroy the Environmental Protection Agency, which is involved in clean air, clean water, chemicals, chemical safety, and that kind of thing. And you wonder if he says a lot of things he doesn't mean, and we find out later on he changes his mind. So people can change their mind. But we figured out that he was telling the truth when he nominated Scott Pruitt, former Attorney General of Oklahoma, who spent the last 6 years as Attorney General raising money from fossil fuel companies, coal companies, petroleum companies, gas companies, utilities, in order to attack the EPA. Something like 16, 17, 18 suits against the EPA, stuff that we care about, including mercury poisoning in our air, lead in our water, the blowing of pollutants put up in the Midwest. They blow over on us on the East Coast. Sea level rise and all that stuff. He's been involved in lawsuits around the other side of Delaware in these issues.
Is it safe to say that's someone that you're not a fan of?
Not a big fan of. I'm sure he's a perfectly good father, husband, maybe a very good lawyer. But to nominate somebody with his record of really attacking clean air, clean water provisions in cross-border pollution, sea level rise, I would hope the person that would be running the Environmental Protection Agency would actually have a record of being someone who has a steward of the environment, and it says in the scripture that we should basically take care of this planet on which we have been given.
Okay, well, do you believe the stories of Russian hacking to influence the presidential election?
What we've been told by, I think, about 17 intelligence agencies, including FBI, CIA, and others, is that the Russians were doing illegal hacking. They were finding out information about from Hillary's campaign committee, apparently finding out similar stuff from the Republicans from Trump's campaign committee. They put Hillary's stuff up on the internet and did not do that with the information from the Trump campaign, the Republicans. So people could judge, well, we got this bad stuff on Hillary. There's nothing in here for Mr. Trump, and I think it very much affected the outcome of the election.
Okay, so I'll tell you this. I don't have a hat for you, but I'm going to have you put on an invisible hat for a second. Your former governor hat. Tell me, what do you think of John Carney's budget reset meetings? Are they good to have at this point?
I think when you look at, I was fortunate to be governor for 8 years,
Yeah.
93 to 2001. When I became governor, we were in a recession, and we just came out of it and had 8 terrific years in the end. John takes office with a big hole in the budget, a $300 million hole to fill. And I think what my advice to him, I love John. I think he'll be a great governor. He's a great congressman. He's a member of my cabinet when I was governor.
Yeah.
But I think if I err in his shoes, what I would do is look at everything that we're doing in the state, everything from A to Z, and ask this question: can we get a better result for less money, or a better result for the same amount of money? And to look at the revenues, make sure people that owe taxes are actually paying the taxes that are owed.
Yeah.
And if we have to look for some new revenues, it's got to be a combination of spending constraint and a combination of some additional revenues.
Well, since you're in a mood of giving advice, what about the sluggish economy? What would you advise them to do when trying to bring some jobs back here to Delaware?
Well, actually, Barack Obama and Joe Biden became president, vice president at the bottom of the worst recession since the Great Depression. We lost 5 million jobs between June of 2008 and July of 2009. 5 million jobs.
Yeah.
In the 6 years since then, we've seen 16 million new jobs created. 16 million. It's the longest running economic expansion I think in the history of the country. People say it's a sluggish economy. Compared to what? Compared to what happened on the administration of George W. Bush? I don't think so.
Well, we'll leave it on that note.
But can we do better? Sure, we can do better. And we especially need to do better for folks who used to have good paying jobs, a lot of manufacturing jobs. They don't have those jobs anymore. They don't have the skills that are needed in the workforce today. We need to help make sure they get the skills so that they can go to work tomorrow and make a good living for themselves and their families.
Always a pleasure to have you here on set. Thank you so much, Senator Tom Carper of Delaware.